Today is National Medal of Honor Day. The Congressional Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration awarded for valor in combat. The recipients make up the most exclusive group of American military warriors. There are actually 15 Medal of Honor recipients from East Tennessee, more than 3,500 from across the country. And John Becker is joining us now to talk about this. And you've highlighted so many of them who live here locally.
We've been lucky to talk to a few of them who are from East Tennessee, but also who have come to our city to share about their experience. And the thing that really is universal about them, Brittany, is they have put their lives on the line to save fellow troops. That is the universal theme of their action in combat. I want to just refresh people's memory on Captain Larry Taylor. He received the Medal of Honor back in September of 2023 for heroism during the Vietnam War. It came almost 55 years after that helicopter pilot pulled off one of the most daring and unique rescues in American combat history. We did speak to him before he received the honor, and here's what he shared. You saved their lives.
Well, I just happened to be at the right place at the right time.
Humble as ever. He died January 28th at his home in Signal Mountain. You can watch, by the way, that entire interview with Captain Taylor right now on WBIR.com.
And East Tennessee knows the Medal of Honor and the Medal of Honor recipients well. This city has hosted their annual convention twice within the last decade, and that is rare company. The last time, you may remember, was in September of 2022. This is the annual gathering for these recipients. Knoxville, the only other city to host it twice, is Boston. The veterans visited schools, as we saw here in Black Hawk helicopters, and really offered a chance for people in our community to get to know them a little bit.
And another recipient from here in East Tennessee was Charles H. Coolidge. He was one of the last surviving medal recipients for service during World War II, and he died in April of 2021 at 99 years old.
He, too, is from Signal Mountain. There's something in the water there, Brittany. We featured him in 2011 in our series. In his early 20s, he put himself in harm's way, again, to save others. Outnumbered 4-1. He led fellow troops in a pitched battle against the enemy over 4 days in World War II, and despite his dozens of days in combat, he was never wounded.
He fired that tank 5 times point blank at me. Behind the tank was an infantry group. So I started throwing grenades, and I kept throwing those grenades and throwing those grenades.
Charles Coolidge endured 4 days of continuous fighting. Then he and his troops held that hill, 623, and his actions helped earn him the Medal of Honor. Continued fighting in Europe and never suffered a scratch. And Brittany, he would always say, you think I did something great on the day I received the medal? You should have seen what I did 4 days later. It's that kind of thing. They do see themselves as symbols of all the sacrifices and the heroism that all of our troops display on the battlefield and don't receive this honor. They really wear it in honor of them.
And just to toot your horn, because I know you won't do it a little bit, your Service and Sacrifice series, I think one of the most important things about it is we now have a record of these stories being shared. And I don't know that sometimes they're even being asked the questions that you've asked of them. They're being able to share stories that they haven't shared or maybe have felt uncomfortable sharing from years and years ago. So the fact that we can go online right now and see these stories, credit to you, John. So,
Brittany, thank you. It's a privilege. It's a joy to do it, and we want to tell more. Thank you.
And you can always reach out to John and share stories with him.
Absolutely.
We want to hear that.
Hey, Todd.